Cher's son, Elijah Blue Allman, has once again found himself in the headlines after being arrested for assault and trespassing in an incident that has left fans stunned and raised serious questions about his ongoing personal struggles. The 49-year-old musician was taken into custody on February 27, 2026, in Concord, New Hampshire, after police responded to reports of an unwanted man causing a disturbance at the prestigious St. Paul's School, one of the most elite boarding schools in the country. What makes this situation even more shocking is that Elijah reportedly had no known affiliation with the school, no family connection, no employment role, no student ties, yet he was allegedly inside the campus dining hall when the chaos unfolded. According to law enforcement, officers were called around 6 p.m. after multiple complaints described a man behaving erratically and refusing to leave the premises. Witnesses claim he appeared agitated and confrontational, drawing attention from students and faculty members who were gathered for dinner. Staff members reportedly attempted to de-escalate the situation calmly, asking him to exit the building. Instead of complying, tensions reportedly escalated. By the time police arrived, the atmosphere inside the dining hall had shifted from confusion to alarm. Authorities say that during the encounter, 2 individuals reported being assaulted. As a result, Elijah Blue Allman was charged with 2 counts of simple assault, criminal trespass, criminal threatening, and disorderly conduct. He was transported to Merrimack County Jail, processed, and later released on personal requisition bail, meaning he did not have to post money but must appear in court for his scheduled arraignment. The details of what exactly transpired inside that dining hall remain limited, and that lack of clarity has only intensified public curiosity. Officials have not released specific information about the nature of the alleged assaults or what prompted Elijah to be at the school in the first place. That unanswered question, why was he there, is fueling intense speculation online. Was he trying to meet someone connected to the school? Did he wander onto the campus unintentionally? Was this an impulsive act tied to emotional distress? Or was there a deeper personal reason that has yet to come to light? Until more facts are presented in court, the public is left piecing together fragments of information and drawing its own conclusions. For many people watching this unfold, this isn't just another celebrity arrest flashing across entertainment headlines. Elijah Blue Allman is the son of 2 music legends: Cher, the iconic singer and actress whose career has spanned more than 60 decades, and Gregg Allman, the late Southern rock pioneer and founding member of the Allman Brothers Band. Being born into that kind of legacy comes with enormous privilege, but it also brings relentless public scrutiny and expectations that can feel impossible to live up to. From the moment he was born, Elijah's identity was intertwined with superstardom. Growing up in the shadow of global fame is something few can truly understand. While many might imagine a life of luxury and opportunity, children of icons often describe a more complicated reality. Elijah has, over the years, opened up about feeling disconnected during his upbringing. He has spoken candidly about experimenting with drugs at an alarmingly young age and struggling with addiction for much of his life. In past interviews, he admitted that he began using substances at just 11 years old, a revelation that shocked many and highlighted how early his battles began. He has described his childhood as unconventional, explaining that while he loved his parents, their fame created distance. Touring schedules, public appearances, and the constant media spotlight meant that privacy was scarce and normalcy was rare. He once expressed that carving out his own identity felt overwhelming when the world already associated him with 2 life-than-size figures. That pressure to define himself separate from Cher and Gregg Allman may have influenced his pursuit of music. Elijah fronted the industrial rock band Dead Sea, a project that developed a devoted cult following in the late 1990s and early 2000s. The band's dark aesthetic and alternative sound distinguished it from mainstream rock at the time. However, despite moderate success, it never reached the commercial heights of his parents' legendary careers. Over time, his artistic efforts were frequently overshadowed by headlines about his personal struggles. Those struggles have repeatedly spilled into public view. In June 2025, authorities responded to a disturbance at his California home after reports of erratic behavior. Deputies who arrived allegedly found drugs at the residence, and Elijah was transported to a hospital for evaluation. That incident reignited concerns that had been simmering for years. The situation escalated further in December 2023 when Cher filed a petition seeking a temporary conservatorship over Elijah's estate. In court documents, she expressed fear that he was unable to manage his finances due to severe mental health and substance abuse issues. The filing triggered widespread media coverage and intense debate. Some observers praised Cher for stepping in as a protective mother, determined to prevent financial ruin or self-harm. Others criticized the move, arguing that conservatorships can be restrictive and potentially harmful if misused. Elijah opposed the conservatorship, insisting through his legal representatives that he was capable of managing his own affairs. The legal battle created visible tension within the family and unfolded publicly, adding emotional weight to an already fragile situation. Eventually, in September 2024, the conservatorship petition was voluntarily dismissed after a private resolution was reportedly reached. What terms were agreed upon remain unknown, but the dismissal suggested some level of compromise or reconciliation. Now, with this latest arrest, the spotlight has returned in full force. Social media reactions have ranged from heartbreak to outrage. Some fans have expressed sympathy, describing the news as tragic and calling for compassion. Others have voiced frustration, arguing that repeated incidents indicate a pattern that cannot be ignored. Comment sections are filled with debates about accountability, mental health support, and the role of family intervention. The charges themselves carry serious implications. Simple assault typically refers to unwanted physical contact or attempts to cause injury. Criminal trespass indicates that someone remained on property after being asked to leave. Criminal threatening suggests that someone felt legitimately frightened or endangered by his behavior. Disorderly conduct involves actions that disturb public peace. Even though these are misdemeanor charges, they reflect a situation that escalated significantly and disrupted a school environment. The setting of the incident adds a surreal element to the story. St. Paul's School is known for its picturesque campus, academic excellence, and long-standing traditions. It is not a venue typically associated with celebrity controversy. The image of a rock icon's son allegedly causing a disturbance inside a quiet New England prep school dining hall feels almost cinematic. Students who were present reportedly returned to their dormitories shaken, recounting the confusion of watching police escort an unexpected figure away. Parents of students reportedly contacted school administrators seeking reassurance that security measures were sufficient. School officials have remained largely silent, citing privacy concerns and the ongoing legal process. That silence has left room for speculation to grow. Throughout this unfolding drama, Cher has not made a public statement regarding the arrest. She has historically been protective of her children's privacy, often declining to comment on sensitive family matters. In past interviews, she has described motherhood as the most profound role of her life. Those familiar with the family dynamics suggest that while she may remain silent publicly, she is deeply concerned privately. Elijah's relationship with his mother has seen ups and downs over the years. He has spoken about feeling both supported and overshadowed. Navigating life as the son of a global superstar is not simple. Every personal setback becomes headline news. Every legal issue becomes a trending topic. The pressure of living under constant observation can intensify existing vulnerabilities. Beyond the celebrity angle, this incident reignites broader conversations about addiction and mental health. Addiction is widely recognized as a chronic condition that can involve cycles of relapse and recovery. Mental health challenges can become exacerbated by stress, public scrutiny, and personal conflict. When those elements intersect with fame, the results can be particularly volatile. Legal analysts suggest that the outcome of this case will depend heavily on evidence presented in court. Surveillance footage, witness statements, and police reports will likely shape the narrative. If convicted, Elijah could face fines, probation, mandated counseling, or potentially short-term incarceration. In some cases, courts prioritize rehabilitation over punishment, particularly if substance abuse is identified as a contributing factor. As the arraignment date approaches, anticipation builds. Will Elijah address the charges publicly? Will his legal team argue mitigating circumstances? Will there be a plea agreement? These questions remain unanswered. Meanwhile, the public continues to debate. Some argue that privilege has shielded him from harsher consequences in the past. Others insist that wealth does not eliminate suffering and that compassion should remain central to the conversation. The dual realities of accountability and empathy collide in situations like this. For Cher, this moment must be deeply painful. Despite decades of professional triumphs and reinventions, personal challenges involving her son have repeatedly surfaced in the public eye. The juxtaposition of her glamorous public persona with the private turmoil of her child creates a poignant contrast. This moment could mark a turning point, or it could become another chapter in a long, turbulent narrative. The path forward will depend on legal outcomes, personal decisions, and whether meaningful support systems are put in place. As more information becomes available, the world will be watching closely. The courtroom proceedings will shed light on unanswered questions, public reactions will evolve, and the conversation about fame, family, addiction, and responsibility will continue. For now, Elijah Blue Allman faces formal charges and the uncertainty that comes with them. The headlines are stark, the details are unfolding, and the spotlight remains fixed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.